Da sind wir wieder, Yagaloo, das Musikmagazin, und heute habe ich einen Gast von ganz weit weg, und zwar aus San Francisco. Chuck Prophet ist da. Hi Chuck, how is it? How is life treating you these days?
Life is grand. It's so great. I'm gonna have to get somebody else to live it for me. I can't. I don't even deserve it.
You played last night at the Franz Club here in Berlin, right?
That's true.
How was the show?
It's great. Had a great time. We always have a good time in Berlin, and it's great to be back.
How often have you been in Germany in general, and especially in Berlin?
I've been in Germany many times in general, and Berlin, once or twice a year for 20 years or something or more, maybe. I lived briefly in Kreuzberg in 1987.
So we can speak German now? No.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be perfect. I hate it in front of the camera speaking English because my school English just sucks totally. But anyway, it's not as worse as it is from Stefan Raab. Have you heard of Stefan Raab, the other TV guy here in Germany? Though.
No, I tell you, I like you. I don't know him, but I can already tell you that I like you better.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So the show was great. You were playing with your band, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Mission Express. We got a 5-piece band or 4-piece band last night. Yeah.
The next stop will be?
The next stop will be Frankfurt.
And then the rest of Western Europe or Eastern Europe?
Yeah, we're going out to Eastern Europe, Czech Republic and Serbia and Croatia, and then Austria and back into the continent, and then the United Kingdom, Spain, the usual.
So you started to be, or you started as a musician to travel around all the time. Was this the initial point of starting the career as a musician, or what was it then?
Well, I mean, I had that. I just loved records, and I wanted to climb inside the records and figure out how they were made. But when I was a kid, with punk rock, I didn't really know anybody that made a living. I didn't really know anybody that, for me, I signed up for the adventure, and that's still probably what keeps me going.
Yeah. Is it still an adventure for you?
Yeah. I mean, I guess in a way I'm either blessed or I'm retarded, but I enjoy meeting people and I enjoy traveling around. I enjoy playing and music. It's great to travel around the world and play music with your friends. I assume. I don't know.
I think so. I mean, I don't know.
People I play with are my friends or not, but
yeah, you can't even tell if the people in the audience are close to you or to your heart or to your music. You never know. You just see the reaction, but the reaction was good, right?
Yeah, the reaction was pretty good. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have a copy to show your new CD or the latest CD, Night Surfer, into the camera. What is the artwork look like? Tell the audience then.
Well, it's kind of post-apocalyptic. It's sort of like I would say a little bit like Mad Max, but on the beach. It's called Night Surfer, and that's what the cover looks like. You can probably.
Yeah, I can switch it in somehow with a JPEG.
Yeah, like this.
So as it obviously it was not your first record. It was like the 14th in total, or the 4th or 5th with your latest. Or
sounds good.
You have a lot of records so far.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So and what over the years, in which way has your songwriting developed, or what is so special about Night Surfer? Is it a reflection of your life? I don't know, the past 15 months.
I think one thing about getting older is that you can learn to play guitar and be a prodigy or whatever, but I think to really be a writer, you have to have done some things, And so I feel like I'm getting better. I don't know. I look around at my heroes and they're all getting worse. So I like to think I'm getting better, but yeah.
In which way you find it out that you're getting better? Is it just easier for you nowadays, or?
I just stand back and I look at it and I feel like, I'm making records that I'm proud of, That I stand by, I don't know if I stand by the early ones that much.
Really? Is it so far away right now, or why are you saying this?
I just don't know if I stand by them. I mean, I don't play those songs as often as I do the new songs, and I don't know. Yeah.
You have this.
I mean, if you like them, I'm okay with that.
I haven't got the chance to. I haven't got the chance to hear your old stuff. I just listened to some songs of the new album. Though it's pretty hard here in Germany because we got this GEMA alert when you go on YouTube and you want to see "Wish Me Luck," for example, the video. Then it's not allowed in Germany, unfortunately. But I saw it.
Well,
don't tell anybody.
They're looking out for the artists, and in the end, maybe they're doing. Who knows? Maybe in the end, GEMA's doing God's work. We'll see.
But talking about "Wish Me Luck," what is the song about?
Well, "Wish Me Luck" is kind of about that bigger than life guy, that character, the guy that's just always kind of holding forth at a party, and kind of a narcissistic guy, but fun-loving in the same way. And that's the character that sings the song. And it's not me, But after I sing the song, after I sing it on stage 20 or 30 times, I start to kind of identify with the guy a little bit, yeah.
Who was the guy in the video, the other one?
Well, that's an actor, Robert Longstreet. He was in The Killing. He was in Pineapple Express. He's an actor. In Los Angeles, if you want to get somebody to be in your video, you pay him $500. And I called this guy. I said, "You want to be in my video?" He goes, $500 a day. I said, "Well, there's going to be some violence." He says, "You can roll me up in the carpet and throw me off a cliff, man. I don't really care. That's my rate." And he cried, and he did all those things.
At the beginning, I was not sure, because when he entered the hotel room where you have been in, and putting everything under some what is it, foil or something, plastic wrappers, right? It was so strange. I was thinking, well, am I watching now some kind of strange TV series here, or will it turn out to be a gay crime scene now, or what's happening there? Who came up with this strange story, especially the shoveling the grave?
Well, I started it, but I worked with the director, and we picked the director, Ryan Brown, who also happens to be Jackson Brown's son. He lives in Los Angeles. I live in San Francisco. So we had one day, and I said, well, maybe we can meet halfway between San Francisco and Los Angeles, and we'll rent a hotel room, and then we'll just film a video. And so he said, okay, that sounds good. So then I got on the computer. I said, so how about he enters the room, and I'm putting plastic on all the furniture, and then he stands out on the balcony and he says, like Mussolini, "Here I come, world," and then the camera pans, and maybe there's just like a guy, a gardener, a landscaper. And he said, yeah, those are good. So then we just thought of different ideas, and by the time we got there, we were ready to do it.
Yeah. That was totally fun. And what about the other one was Fort Econoline?
Yeah, Fort Econoline.
I think of course, from the title, it sounds like a commercial for Ford. Was it some kind of, or?
Well, the Ford Econoline is the touring van of American musicians. So all musicians have the Ford Econoline. Of course, here you have the Mercedes Sprinter, a much superior van, I must say. But a couple years ago, I was reading the paper, and I learned that the Ford Motor Company had decided to discontinue manufacturing the Econoline van. And I got sad. I can tell you, I cried a little bit. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Too bad.
So I thought about all the long drives and all the times that I was sitting on an amplifier, trying to read a book with a flashlight, and I thought about all the laughter and all the good times and the bad times and the stories, and I thought of I actually thought about a lot of incredibly long, uncomfortable silences too. And so I wrote the song, my tribute to the Econoline van. Yeah, I can play it for you if you want.
Yeah, later on, sure.
Okay.
So do you have a special connection to your car? Do you have also a special connection to your instrument? Because on several videos I saw this yellow guitar which was pretty, I don't know, it was not a new guitar. Yeah. So do you have a special connection to your instrument?
Well, I have it may be irrational, I've tried to explain it. I just have this one guitar, and it's the guitar I've used on all the records and all the gigs. And I think that I have an irrational attachment to it, like maybe like a lucky pin. You know, you have to have a, you know, I mean, I know Joe Esteros, he's a writer, and he uses an Olivetti typewriter, a manual typewriter, but they're running out of ink. You know, so he has a closet. He bought the factory. and you know, I'm afraid that if I don't have that guitar, I won't have my power. So you know, or maybe the guitar knows the songs, and I don't know the songs. You know, whatever it is, I'm attached to it. And maybe it's a little bit magic. And if I'm afraid that if everybody had one of those guitars, I'd be flipping burgers at Burgermeister for sure. Yeah.
This typewriter thing reminds me somehow of our former chancellor Helmut Schmidt. He used to smoke, or he's still smoking menthol cigarettes, and the European whatever community is forbidding them. So, and he just, I don't know, he bought like 200 packages or big packages for that he can still smoke this stuff, the cigarettes, the menthol cigarettes. It's crazy.
I don't blame him. I mean, if it works, why, you know? If it's not broken, break it.
As I told my audience in the intro that you are from San Francisco, what's your connection to San Francisco? I think you have a lot of gay friends over there, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of diversity in San Francisco, you know, I moved to San Francisco when I was about 17. And before living there, I lived in a pretty small town in California, in Orange County, very conservative town. It was the town where Richard Nixon was from, and I think when I moved to San Francisco, it really opened up my mind, and it became my education. The city's my education, you know, the gay culture, and I used to play guitar with this comedian when I was, you know, like 18. He was in the improv groups, and you know, there were many movie houses, and there was a totally great punk rock scene with the Dead Kennedys and the Flamin' Groovies, and I saw all those bands, and I saw all those movies, and you know, I think that was really, and a lot of filmmakers too. Like I've known a lot of filmmakers, and I think that became my education. So, I mean, it's sad to see San Francisco now being developed to the point where it's becoming a little bit like London or New York, where, you know, where only the rich can need apply, you know, and so that's been something that you know, that's on my mind a lot. It's probably showing up in the music too, just this kind of anxiety that I have about being pushed out of the city.
Would you say that your records and your sound and your music in general would have been the total different if you have lived in New York for, like, I don't know, centuries?
Well, yeah, it's possible, because when I was first in bands and I was playing music, you know, I didn't have, obviously I didn't have MP3s, or I didn't have the internet to tap into the culture. So whatever weird culture was out there that I thought I could identify with, you know, I had to seek it out. And I had to seek out the music and seek out the records, and maybe somebody makes you a cassette tape and that becomes your Bible, you know? So yeah, that's you know, I think I was very much influenced by San Francisco on so many levels.
I have had a funny incident when I was there in San Francisco, like, I don't know, 20 years ago. I was passing the street, though the lights were red, and somebody yelled at me, like, "Don't walk on the red light." And I said, "Well, I'm just coming in from New York, and everybody does it in New York." And he was, "I'm gonna shoot you." And I was, oh, scary. Was this kind of typical San Francisco humor, or was he really serious?
Well, I don't think anybody was going to shoot you, you know, but it's possible. You know, I mean, yeah, some people, yeah, it's possible. But it is funny that it's a funny observation when a light turns red in New York, 12 cars go through. You know, it's just part of it. Yeah. But even on the train coming over here, you know, they checked for our tickets. So, you know, things are getting tight everywhere.
Unfortunately, really unfortunately, yeah, definitely. As I'm working with a newcomer bands here in Berlin, so I'm a member of the board of the Berlin Music Association. We are organizing the local heroes contests. Are you involved in somehow newcomer support groups, or are you asked from radio stations to be in a jury, or?
No. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. I don't think people need crutches. They should lift themselves up out of the. But I mean, it's definitely helps a community if people are supportive of the arts. And it helps the community. It helps everybody. And I think it's great that you're doing that. But I wouldn't be a good judge.
No, but maybe you can give some hints to younger people. So if they are in the music scene, and what do you suggest them to do?
Yeah, it's very difficult because I think that what people need more than anything is desire. And, I mean, you can teach somebody to play an instrument, or you can teach them to have a band, but you can't teach them to have something to say. And that's probably what's missing. There's probably more bands than ever, but there are just as many people that have something to say, which makes it so much harder for all of us to filter through. So there's a lot of great music out there, and there's a lot of great bands, and we need more filters. I think that's part of it. Like I say, people, if they want to seek out their own unique culture. I mean, I travel around the world now, and I made a record in Mexico City, and to see people coming down the street in Mexico City, all emo and looking like they're walking around Manchester, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just so beautiful to see that people can find whatever weird culture they're looking for, and it's out there for them.
But it was not Night Surfer. Where did you record Night Surfer?
Previous two records, the two records prior to that, in 2009, I recorded a record called Let Freedom Ring.
And Night Surfer you did record in San Francisco?
Yeah, in San Francisco, yeah.
Cool. Then I think that's so far. I habe genug Deutsch, Englisch geredet hier. I talked enough English. I hate it in front of the camera. But thanks so much, man, and we're gonna hear some music now from you. Thank you.